Alright, so I accidentally touched this sumbitch. I'm back with the book. Definitely have this book. I don't know how old the copy is I have, but I definitely have it. Oh no, it's got moisture exposure. Boo-hoo, so does that. It's only 59 cents. I couldn't pass it up. Charles Dickens, Daphne du Maurier, Washington Irving, M.R. James, Edgar Allan Poe, Oscar Wilde, Robert Louis Stevenson. Benjamin Franklin autobiography. It's a modern library. It's got the dust jacket. Oh, and it's from Hudson. Son of a bitch. I didn't notice that before. Well, that's a bonus. So that will go into my Hudson's collection for sure. Crazy. Did not know that. It's a nice book, too. I don't know if it's worth anything. But with the Hudson's book, what do they call those? Trade stickers? This is one of the older ones. Hudson's had their bookshop probably 50 years. See what year this is, probably 1940s. 44. So it's one of the older ones. Obviously a classic. 3 books by Mary Oliver that were $2, so 66 cents a piece. For some reason, this lady, Mary Oliver, not a very good poet, deceased a few years ago. Her books sell like crazy, which is why, I don't know, don't go sideways, fucker. Which is why poetry's dead when you got people, not that Mary Oliver was the worst, compared to like Maya Angelou, she's 500 times better, but still not good. But I'll sell those books for sure. Make a profit. Richard Tillinghast, Robert Lowell's Life and Work. There was another Robert Lowell book there, but I didn't get it because it was $1.10, and for some reason I figured it'd be smarter to go back next week and get them on half day Tuesday, but then when I thought about it, I'll probably head that way anyway, so no one's going to buy a book by fucking Robert Lowell or on Lowell. Literary criticism. Literary explication on Robert Lowell. So, I assume it'll still be there, I don't know. Tillinghast is a local poet. He was a University of Michigan professor for years. He's got to be close to 80 now. I know he's from, I think from Tennessee, but I saw him read a bunch of times, and I have one of his poetry CDs where he played with his son's band, and it's actually pretty good. Most poets I hate. Tillinghast, although he's somewhat in the vein of the typical modern poet, he's got some decent stuff. And the spoken word, considering the spoken word was really good, it's kind of hard to hate the guy. And I've seen him read about probably 5 times out in Ann Arbor, and he's pretty good. Not the best, but he's good. The Divine Revelation of Hell. I keep buying this book. Who knows how many copies I have and how many I've sold. This one's in good shape, so I'll probably try to sell it for 10. But there was also a letter included with somebody who's got penmanship. It literally looks like one of those letters you get in the mail, but this looks legitimate. Dear Carol, well, there it is finally. This book is so very hard to get. No, it isn't. I see it everywhere. It took me 6 weeks to get one for my sister and longer for years. It is a wonderful book in the fact that it tells us that there really is a hell. After reading it, I'm trying to give it to all the people that I love and want to see in heaven one day. I know that you love the Lord, and I believe you will read this book. I am praying that both of you and I can, along with Jesus Christ, of course, convince Dawn and Tony that God and His love is real. After reading, please tell Kim and Greg and all the people you love so that we all will be in heaven together for eternity. And that you right there, with the extra strokes to make it you, is what that sold me that it wasn't one of those printed letters that look like a handwritten letter. I believe this is a legitimately written letter with pretty good penmanship. Many are chosen, few will come. God's blessings. I love you, Karen. I love you, Karen. Do read about the author, page 215, before you begin the book. All right, Karen. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? If not, pray this prayer, and your name will be written in the Lamb's book of life in heaven. Did you know the angels celebrate when someone else accepts Christ into their heart? It is said that when they do, another diamond, a huge diamond, is added to the gates of heaven. What a sight to behold. Maybe they purposely... No, there's no way you could just guess how many friends this person has. Anyways, I believe it's a legitimate letter. I like it. Great. Speaking of poets I've seen several times, this one, Bob Hickok, The Legend of Light. I do not like Hickok's work at all. I hated The Roadrunner. I hated The Roadrunner almost as much as catching my father's knuckleball. I mean, this is what I hate about poetry. The thing is, I think Hickok's actually a good writer, but I mean, this subject matter is just pure shit. Mask, they cut you, peel back your skin for the legend of light. Hey, that's where the title's from. To enter your body. In this moment, they have you. They love you. You'll know this years from now when hearing a rug you feel. What? When beating a rug you feel their hands inside you. No. Rivera's Golden Gate mural. Anyway, he signed it, so I know Hickok is somewhat reputable in the poetry scene. I don't know if he's even still alive. He's a pretty young guy back then, so I assume he's only about 50 or so, maybe older. But he was highly renowned, and I just never understood why. I mean, I just can't stand this fucking... I fell asleep in the rain and too many kisses. I mean, Jesus Christ. Front porch listening, no longer reading of league. Corpses yard high on the glacier. I can't read this shit. What's it say? Get this. No longer reading of liege. Corpses yard high on the glacis. German bayonets countering Belgian bullets with expected result. I eavesdrop as my neighbor suggests to her husband they summer at Gull Lake. Yeah, that's about how I feel about you, buddy. Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, Invitation to Beauty by Gaylord Hauser. And I imagine he is a lord that is quite gay, but you never know. I mean, this is the shit you're going to go through to look good. There was a part about the aura, and there it is, your aura, see? I would never lie to you, friends. More than other people, the French know how to extract the perfumes of exotic flowers and fruits and blend them into a mysterious sense. The sad part is most women look better when they get up out of bed and don't do anything, but then they go and put all kinds of shit on their face, paint themselves up like some fucking hired saltimbanco. Hey, I look great. Yeah, okay. If you say so, baby girl. Thanksgiving Feast and Festival. As you can see, it's got a nice dust jacket on it, even though It's a ex-library book from a church. And I believe this is all in the vein of the church, but I don't care. I guess most of those people were religious back then. Once more the liberal year laughs out. What's this? Once more the liberal year. This is Greenleaf Whittier, John. Once more the liberal year laughs out o'er the richer stores. I can't read. I just can't read anymore. Becoming fucking illiterate. But the more books I buy. This is the Mundo UFO report by Laura Mundo, whatever her name was. Flying saucers have landed. This one right here, the older one with the glasses right there with the shadow behind her head, that's Laura Mundo. As you can see, I have a pile of her stuff that I bought at an estate sale. She was on a kids show back in the 40s, was on the radio 7 days a week on a local Dearborn station. Laura Marxer, Dearborn's new radio station, Pantry Food Outlets. Listen to Laura Marxer presenting Women's World, 10:05 to 10:30. I don't know if they did commercials, but I mean, you listen to this lady for 25 minutes and then that was it. In between commercials. Hopefully she had a succinct narrative. Through the Edmore, Michigan Times of April 1st, 1978. A UFO landing site was reported, Edmore officials, the article said. Confirmed reports that a UFO landing site had been discovered about 3 miles from the village in the home township in Montcalm County. It was first discovered by Digger Chauville, a potato farmer. That's a great name for a Digger Shovel. I mean, what a good name for a potato farmer. He had stepped outside of the house one evening to smoke. His wife objected to his smoking in the house when he was temporarily blinded by eerie flashing lights. He said, suddenly as they appeared, they disappeared behind the stand of trees. I was about to go in for my camera when I heard a whirling, swishing, whooshing sound to my left. Right there in my potato was a round disc just hovering there, swishing and a flashing. I decided to skedaddle out of there. There was a special council meeting held a while back, and we were given permission to form a welcome to our world wagon, Farmer Shovel said. Yeah, so basically all her books are about is just different sightings. She didn't care who sighted what where. She claimed to have been picked up by a UFO and encountered several more coming back from PTA meetings all the time. Just one's flying over her house. She knew a fucking guy named Orthon who was a Venusian who came to... He was a gender fluid Venusian who came here to... Who knows what he did. But he had a... What did she say? He had a duck tail haircut. He wore a zoot suit. He held an empty beer bottle and an unsmoked cigarette and just stared at her with all the love in his soul. So yeah, I've started a new blog about Laura Mundo, and I've been in contact with this guy who does a podcast who also covered one of Laura Mundo's books. And also within these books there are some other little booklets, one from her high school days in 1929 when she was 16 and dating a 33-year-old co-worker who still lived at home. And yeah, she was banging a 33-year-old guy when she was in high school. She graduated at 16, which I guess is common for back then. But then she met a man named Otto Marxer, who was also in that pile, his photo. His photograph is in there, along with a letter to him or two. So yeah, I'm uncovering the secrets of these people. I think that's about it, buddy. All right, love. Peace.